Hello, how you doing? I'm going to talk about Ira and Bridget Hilliard. Now, I do not know them personally, but years ago, this church I used to go to, he came there. I think both of them came there, and it was nice to. And then I connected with them when they came to the church, and they had some really good CDs and DVDs. Back in the day, they probably still for sale, but they were very good. Uh, Tapes, DVDs, CDs, or whatever. So that's how I know them. Um, now I don't know what's going on in their household, and you don't either. I don't know what's going on in their household, but that's a very awful picture of Bridget. Very terrible picture. My street savvy says it looked like she was beaten almost to death, and that big knot on her head looked like she was hit with something like this, or maybe even a wrench. Okay, that's what it looks like. That's what my street wisdom says. Okay, but she says it was an accident, which is a lie. See, there's always going to be a problem when Christians start lying to cover up something. It looks like she was almost beaten to death. Okay, pretty badly too. The only man she's around is probably Ira Hilliard. I don't see where she's around any other man. She mentioned the therapist. Now, why does she need a therapist to talk to if she had an accident, if she fell on some rocks? There's nothing that she was in a car accident or anything like that. He just beat her. I think he just beat her to death. Okay, beat her almost to death. Okay, so why do you need a therapist if all you did was fall on some rocks? I've heard a preacher lie about that. That he fell on some rocks, and it was much more than that. And then there's another tweet where she says, in Florida, the police have guaranteed her safety. Now, why do you need the police to guarantee your safety if all you did was fall on a rock? Okay, that's a peculiar tweet. But like I said, my street savvy says she was hit over the head with something like this, or I'm thinking maybe a wrench hit pretty bad too. I haven't seen a knot like that in ages, and since I was a kid. Because we used to fall on rocks. When you from Appalachia, you always fall on. You gonna fall on some rocks, or you gonna fall on a tree limb with a knot. So you gonna have a knot on your head. So I don't think she's the outdoorsy type, but I was an outdoors type when I was a kid. We were always falling. We always get knot on our heads from falling on the rock or falling on a tree limb with a knot. Okay. Um. Now, see, look, when the head of the church is in sin, that's going to filter down to the congregation. Let's just say the head of the church is having an affair. That's going to filter down to the congregation. You're going to hear about other people in the congregation having affairs because they figure, well, if he can do it, I can do it too. When you start dancing with the devil, the devil's going to wreak havoc in your life. And really, if let's say the leadership of the church is in sin, then all the other people are going to get in sin. The children are going to get in sin when the leadership is in sin. And when the leadership dances with the devil, the devil's going to wreak havoc in their life. So I think they have to look at themselves. They have to look at that person in the mirror to see why they are in disarray like this. Have a nice day.